Hello and welcome. We are here at the Connected Women Summit 2014. We are taking a look at some of the really crucial issues that do surround the empowerment of women, and that clearly is one of the crying needs of our time. It has been the crying need of all time, really, but now is the time when if enough attention is put on this particular question, we can actually get some sort of solutions and get them to roll out on the ground. Absolutely stunning panel here to take us through many of the issues and also, frankly, from the problems, which many of us know, to try and find some of the solutions. So let me start off by welcoming somebody, well, needs very little introduction, Cherie Blair. It's great to have you with us. Lawyer, activist. The Cherie Blair Foundation has been working on many of these issues, so it's great to have you with us. Martin Peters is Chief Executive Officer of Vodafone India Limited. Thanks for being with us. Reema Nanavati, Director of SEWA, the Self-Employed Women's Association, has done stunning work in the field. Shobha Dey, columnist, novelist, been writing a lot on many of these themes, and we've debated and discussed many of these themes in many programs in the past, so I look forward to going to the next round of that particular discussion, as indeed I have with Javed Akhtar, a member of the Rajya Sabha. We'll see what Parliament and others can perhaps do on some of these issues as well. And Kapila-Ben Varkar, somebody who's been a beneficiary of many of these programs and has then helped roll them out herself. So, बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद आप हमारे साथ हैं इस program में. I mentioned 4 of the possible issues that perhaps we can look at when it comes to empowering women, and each of these people say is differently important, from education. Then there's the entire question of health, how that plays itself out. Safety become particularly important in India, I think, in recent times. A lot of discussion around safety. And then economic empowerment. So 4 issues. Let's just dive into each of them one by one. And let me kick off with education and get your sense of that. Some people have said that's like the magic bullet. Once you educate enough women, not only do women's welfare improve, but also society in general takes a major leap up.
Well, I think there's any doubt about that. Report after report after report shows that educating women is actually a better investment, please forgive me, gentlemen, than in educating men, because of the intergenerational impact that women have, the impact that mothers have on their children. Educated mothers tend to make sure their own children are educated. Educated mothers tend to appreciate the value of nutrition and vaccination for their children. Educated mothers are more likely to resist early child marriage. So education is a really important tool. But I would also like to say that when we talk of education, we need to think not purely of education in school. It extends both to further and higher education, but also to vocational training. Education isn't something that just stops when you're a young woman. It is something that can continue, and you can continue to grow throughout your life. And I think that the mobile phone can play a very important part, not just in the formal education, but even more so in vocational education and training.
All right. Reema, I just wanted to understand what lies behind some of what Cherie actually did say out there. Why is it that women play, by being educated, one, I guess it empowers them enough to be able to stand up to others in the family who say, no, get the daughter married off early or whatever else it is. Does that also presuppose that many of the educated fathers are not that involved with their children?
Well, I wouldn't say that it is either father or mother, but I think our experience of 4 decades of organizing women, and we take a family as a unit but under women's leadership. And when we talk of full employment, we did not really want to emphasize a lot on education. But when women have economic security, they themselves realize that it is worth investing in educating a daughter. And therefore, I think in the 11 questions that our members gave, education also figured out that they felt that if you are educating, it opens a whole new world. So that's the reason why women feel that investing in educating their daughters is equally important. And also it enables them, having more access to information. So it's not that educated fathers don't really get that involved, but I think when it comes to economic security, when it comes to self-reliance, and when it comes to participation in decision making, I think education does play a central role for women.
Martin, the emphasis on education of women perhaps needs more emphasis in countries like India, where there has been a certain history of, even if they go to primary school and they drop out, as compared to some of the countries of Europe.
I would say that it's not so much, in my view, that it would be better to educate women than it would be educating men. The reality is that women have been left behind already for a very long, long time. So we do need to do an extra effort to bring them to the level where at least there is some form of equality. And I think in many countries, due to history, due to culture, can be anything. And that was indeed not different in Europe, maybe 100 years ago, maybe actually in Holland. I'm from Holland. In Holland, I think in 1950, women were for the first time, married women were for the first time allowed to sign a contract. That is not very long ago, which means that indeed this is about legal empowerment or economic empowerment, which then more or less goes hand in hand. Then there was a history of that. Women were seen differently and they were treated differently. So I think, especially in countries where that culture is strong, and I worked before this in Africa, and I saw it clearly there also, due to cultural issues, it is really necessary to step up. And the good thing is that with modern technology, you can now reach out to areas where in the past people were even left behind more. I think this generally in urban areas gets resolved much quicker. But typically in the rural areas, that was a problem.
Shobha? Pay emphasis and pay focus on educating girl children even more than boy children?
I would say, Vikram, that there is actually a state of emergency where women are concerned, particularly in India. They are the most neglected natural resource. They are the new minority. And educating a woman is somehow or seen as being a little dangerous to some segments of our society, because education does mean empowerment, and empowerment also leads to financial empowerment, which means that the woman plays a much more important role within family and society at large. And there is no real question, there's no talk of empowerment without financial empowerment, according to me. But why is it not happening? Why do fathers and mothers sometimes not invest enough in educating their daughters? It's a complex cultural problem. But to get to the bottom of this, literally, I'm sorry, it's a bad pun, I didn't intend it to be that, it comes back to not having toilets at schools. So it all begins with something as basic as not having access to toilets. Where do little girls go? Where do they go?
That's one of the biggest reasons why they drop out, by the way. The absence of toilets for girl children in India is one of the single biggest reasons why they drop out after a certain age.
Completely. And to think that in the 21st century, even in some of our biggest offices in our cities, women do not have access to toilets to call their own. This is something that we don't wish to discuss, because in polite society, you're not supposed to talk about something as essential and as basic as that. But that is the reality. That is also connected with violence against women in rural areas, because they have no place to go. They have to use the cover of darkness just for something that is as basic as using a facility in a safe environment. So I think before we talk about technological leaps, we really have to address something as completely as down and basic as access to toilets, particularly in our rural communities.
Jared, are things changing? I mean, Shobha said women are the new minority. Can you be a minority at 50% of the population? And are things starting to improve?
They have always been a minority. As a matter of fact, now they are raising their voice and they are telling you they are a minority and they are a deprived class. What Shobha is saying, I couldn't agree more with her. But as a matter of fact, this is in small towns, this is in municipal schools, or in poor areas, in villages. Let's see if only education empowers the woman. As a matter of fact, to a certain extent, it does happen. But what about the upper middle class? What about the middle class, where the girls are educated only to be of more value in marriage market? So ultimately, a girl who has done MBBS or MBA gets married and lives at home and becomes a housewife. So all her education is only to give a good biodata to the in-laws. Quite often it happens. Women who are working, there is a very big segment of women who work, then come home, they do their domestic chores, and when they get their salary, they put it on the hand of their husband or the mother-in-law, and then they have to request for the money. So it is not, of course it is education, but it is not only education which will empower women.
Okay, that's an excellent point. कल्पना बेन, अगर आपसे बात करें, जो महिलाओं की शिक्षा है, आपके माने वो कितना महत्व रखती है? क्योंकि आजकल अब होने लगा है कि महिलाएं, लड़कियां हैं, वो जाती हैं, स्कूल जाती हैं, कॉलेज भी जाती हैं, उनसे उनको जो आज़ादी मिलती है वो काफ़ी है।
जब देखते हैं, टीवी पर देखते हैं, तो जो बना होता है तो उनको माँ बाप को भी डर लगता है उनको लड़कों को निकालने के लिए। लेकिन जब हम ट्रेनिंग गांव में जब फिरते हैं तो हमको भी पता चलता है कि लड़कियां जो दब जाएगी तो आगे नहीं निकल पाएगी। तो हम उनको ट्रेनिंग देते हैं और उनको माँ बाप के साथ भी हम ट्रेनिंग करते हैं कि आप जैसे अपने लड़के को रखते हो, इसी तरह से अपनी बच्ची को भी रखो और अपनी बच्ची को घर से बाहर तक निकालो, और जो गांव से वो आनंद तक जाएगी तो उनको पता चलेगा कि दुनिया कैसी है। तो अभी हमारी जो ट्रेनिंग चल रही है तो उसमें भी हमारी ज़्यादातर लड़कियाँ आगे बढ़ रही है। और
पर जब छोटी लड़कियां हैं तब आप माँ बाप से कहती हैं कि उनको स्कूल जरूर भेजिए, घर पे नहीं रखिए, काम नहीं कराइए, उनको स्कूल जाना चाहिए, पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए।
क्योंकि हमारे जो 0 से 6 साल का जो लड़कियां है और लड़की है तो हम चाइल्ड केयर चलाते हैं। तो वो चाइल्ड केयर में जो हमारे बच्चे जाते हैं तो हम उनका सर्टिफिकेट देते हैं और सर्टिफिकेट देकर हम पहली कक्षा में उनको स्कूल में भेज देते हैं। अच्छा। और जो लड़की और लड़का पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकते तो उनके माँ बाप के साथ भी हम बातचीत करते हैं कि आपके बच्चे को आगे निकालो और उनको स्कूल में भेज दो।